So today we're going to work on adding improper fractions with the same denominators. So the first one, we have the first addend, we have 2 wholes and 4/5. We can draw a picture so we can see what that looks like visually. Our wholes are split into 5 parts because the denominator tells us the total number of parts. So each whole has to be split into those 5 parts. We have 2 wholes, therefore we shade in those 2 wholes. And we also have 4/5, so 4 of those 5 parts are shaded in. Our other addend is 3/5, so we don't quite have 1 whole. With that, we have 3 of the 5 parts shaded in. Okay, so we can look at it like that, and now we can add them up. So we have 1 whole, 2 wholes. To make this one be full, we would need to have 1 more part filled in. So we'd take this part and we can put it in there and it would now be filled in. So now we have 3 wholes filled in, and since we moved this part up to here to make that whole, we're now left with 2 parts. So that would be 2/5. So there's a visual way to do it, but that way would be really tedious if we have real large numbers. So we need to learn another way. So now we're going to just work on adding our whole numbers. We have just simply 2 wholes, 2 wholes. Now when we add fractions, we only add the numerators. The denominators stay. Now since these denominators are the same, I can add the numerators. If the denominators were different, I couldn't add the numerators. So 4 plus 3 is 7. And like I said, my denominator stays. So I have 2 and 7/5. But you'll notice this fraction is larger than 1 whole. Remember what this line means right here. This line means divided by. So 7 divided by 5. Or you can ask yourself, how many fifths does it take to make 1 whole? We have our 1 whole. How many fifths does it take to make 1 whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes 5/5 to make 1 whole. So 5/5 equals 1 whole. But we have 7/5. So how much bigger is 7/5 than 5/5? What do I need to add? How many fifths do I need to add to get to 7/5? I need to add 2 more to get to my 7. Therefore, 7/5 is made up of 5/5 and 2/5. And 5/5 is the same thing as 1 whole. So 2 and 7/5 is equal to the 2 wholes I have plus this 1 whole, which is 3 wholes, and it's also made up of 2/5. Therefore, the answer is 3 and 2/5. You always want to have the most simple terms. And when you have an improper fraction where the numerator is larger than the denominator, that is not its most simple form.